Yo, what up, boat gang? What up, boat family? We back at it again with another full day. I mean, a full game Friday.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium,
Playing the
right next
same
to where the
guy
old
again at his P
Astrodome
fucking
sits here
eye.
in Houston, Texas.
And getting bailed out.
Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And we're off and running from Houston. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Mixon, a first down and more.
Yeah, bro,
And
come
finally
on, bro.
right along that opposing 40. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll bowl his
Bro,
way
like-
ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
His first throw is an
I'm about to
interception.
fucking say, fucking Derrick James don't get that shit.
Wow, what
I'm
an
about to be
exciting
pissed.
start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First half, listen, it goes to the defense.
Bro,
And now
why is
we'll
it
set the
swarping
stage
me
for
over
what
to
I
the
love and
fuck-
what you love, Kate, in this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to
It
respond
worked me.
next?
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Go.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. It's caught. This is Lad McConkey. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Chargers will have a first. Herbert from the gun. Connects with his back, Kimani Vidal.
Look at the lag, bro. Look at the
Racing down
lag.
left side.
Look at the lag, bro.
They rip
Look at
off
the
a big
fucking
chunk
lag
of
by this
field,
ball,
and it
bro.
sets him up with 1st and goal. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock.
I
It's
couldn't even
1st and goal.
fucking spin, bro, because of the lag.
Working inside the red zone. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Lad McConkey with a touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Has a man, Dalton Schultz.
Bro, who's coming Dr.
Push this
Schultz?
upfield and earn them a new set of downs. First down, Stroud. He's on the move, and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
It's another first-half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Chargers are tackled just beyond midfield following the interception. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. They get 27 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down. Houston calls it second timeout. And after burning a couple early, they're down to 1 to work with now. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And he has the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
See, there's a big difference when people get bailed out in this game.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Toward the sideline, and he's got it.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a
People get bailed out, there's a big difference. You can tell.
It's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the first quarter. It's a 2-score game early. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with first and 10. From the gun, Stroud. He lets a heater go deep. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked up. Oh, he fumbles it. They might
EA, bro. It sucked me into the fucking top.
Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice. But kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make him bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Second and 3 now. On the ground again with Mixon. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Chased out to his right. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Throw is caught by the back. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs. Ball at the 33 for first down. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. This will be caught by Vidal. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They strike for 23 yards.
Yeah, see when EA don't bail people out, this is what happens to him. This is what happens to him.
Enemy territory. Herbert on first down.
No dots, bro. It's dots.
And he'll be out of bounds just a yard or two short of that 25. They'll get 18 yards there. And it brings up an LA first down. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. It's the Chargers. With it, first and 10. Throwing from the gun here. And his perfect start.
Sneaking in that little gap.
That's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Herbert to throw once more. Catch is made in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal. Edwards will take it in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Dicker on now for the PAT.
You think I'm gonna do it while your niggas moving? He thought I was gonna kick the ball while they were moving? Not happening.
Lead to 21. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud.
Jump, 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 jump. That's all I'm asking is you to jump. That was a pick.
One play in and already they're close to midfield. Stroud throwing here on first.
Why didn't you give me the nigga that's further away? Give me the nigga that's right there.
And it sets up a Houston first. Running with Mixon out of the gun. Finds a big lane.
Like, give me the nigga that's already there.
Ball down at the 12. Working quickly here.
That's another Texans first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Here's Stroud on first and 10. Escapes the pocket. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that first down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the first down.
And he will score.
Hey, I was an alignment and I freaking clicked.
The Texans chop some of the lead off before the half. So now the Texans decide not to pull the offense. They're not kicking. They're going for 2. He's throwing for it. And
Bro, where's Khalil Mack?
That's a little momentum builder as they attack this deficit. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff.
Now let's see if EA just starts calling me.
Fielded just shy of the end zone. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. Throwing on first is Herbert.
Look at that. Look at that. It's starting to hold me.
Unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete.
Starting to hold me now.
to the air. Herbert. Got him deep behind the line.
Bro, I throw the ball and he didn't let me throw it. That's fucking hilarious.
It'll stay with them. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey,
Starting to homie now.
the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed. Got him the ball back.
And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for one, maybe 2 more snaps.
The trajectory of that ball changes while it's in flight. I'll tell you this, Kate, on shorter throws, these receivers are so good to adjust, can still bring it in. But over a long distance, a tip like that alters the course of the ball, and it sure makes it tough to adjust in time.
No return on that punt. And they'll have a chance to run one play before time expires. One last play before the break.
Look the hot, look the hot. Rock to the right, rock to the right. Rock to the right.
One final shot before halftime. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. From his own end zone, here we go. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Herbert with a blitz coming. Completed to his running back. Down the left sideline he goes. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket and get even more aggressive and take that.
Yeah, come on, let me fucking chuck him over.
Down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert. Complete beyond the marker.
He thought I was going somewhere else. He thought I was going to the running back. No, sir.
Plan for 1st and goal. Edwards. And he gets absolutely pumped to end that one. Gets them a couple there in a very good spot now with 2nd and goal from the 1.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1.
Well, it wouldn't let me cross.
Running for it with Dobbins. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a gain of a yard, but they needed just a couple more inches. 3rd down.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Running behind center with Edwards.
Bro, why is it making me bounce all the way over like that?
I don't think he got it. No pickup on the run, and now it's 4th and goal.
so close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Now they'll get some time to mold this decision. They'll have 4th and goal after the break. This
No,
one
what
not out
decision?
of reach quite
Taking my
yet,
fucking
but
three.
it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. Brown's kick is up and good. And that'll give them a 16-point advantage.
Well, it's hard to call that the official moment that sealed this win, but up 16 here in the 4th, it's going to take a heck of a sequence of events to see this game tied back up.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Oh no!
I'm all over that
Again.
fucking ball.
And the
All over
Chargers
that.
will
I
be
was
down
all over that
inside
fucking
the opposing 35
deep
as
post.
they take over after that interception. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4?
EA, come on, I highballed that.
Exactly what they needed. Kicked off by Jalen Petrie. And the
I highballed that, bro. Come on, EA. I highballed that.
This back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right.
I need that. I'm there.
That's intercepted.
I need that.
And the Chargers will take over along the midfield stripe after the interception and return. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception and give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care.
Big gain downfield. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, L.A. The Chargers make it a 3-score game.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah.